entire area itself, we're known for like different backgrounds, different religion, different beliefs, but we all respected each other. We were under one umbrella.
It was always quite nice having that sense of community and people to rely on, especially living in the same building or on the same floor.
I knew a lot of neighbors, a lot of people living in the tower, some of them living there for many, many years. So it was a good community.
Breaking news this morning, there is a major fire which is taking place in the Latimer Road area. It is visible, we are told, from the Westway.
Of course, but there's people inside, that's the thing.
What we're hearing is that a building of over 20 stories in height is on fire.
I can see my flat being destroyed.
We hoped and we were praying that they got out.
I was screaming at the top of my voice, come down, come down, come now, now.
I had already gone to bed. I wanted to get a good night's sleep before my GCSEs.
We just press for the lift to come in. When we get to the number 4, it was already some smoke on the landing, and my first reaction is just to come out of the lift, and I went up to wake up my son and my daughter.
He told me to get up, get changed, and that there was a fire in the building. So he wanted me and my brother to leave. I was going back and forth in my room, put some clothes on top of my pajamas, and I grabbed my revision notes, which I had left on the floor by my bed.
My husband woke me up and he said to me, Mariam, there is a fire in our neighbor flat. He said to me, we have to go out. And I didn't take my phone. And then that is make me, when the fire started, because I didn't take my phone, I was so upset because I have many friends. They live there. I want to call them, but I couldn't because I forget my phone.
So we went down the stairs. Once we had gone past the 4th floor, we saw fire brigades. So they were coming up the stairs and going into the flat. So we thought it was under control.
I thought, they will deal with it because it was just a very, very small fire. It was, so quick. I just saw the window blow up.
It was similar to a fireplace, so it was crackling. There were things falling to the floor, so glass would fall to the floor. And there were people screaming, not people on the inside of the building, people on the outside, with horror.
Days, man. Oh my days. Oh my days, man. Oh my. Oh my days. Oh my days.
I was sort of like, wow, people are in the calmer side of the building and they've probably got no idea what's going on the other side. These people have to know what's going on because this whole building is going to go up.
The way it is started, it was too strange because, you know, like someone watering petrol from top floor just is gone up. From that side, just get up so quick, so quick, so quick. You can't imagine how quick is it.
Number 5, I think.
No, fourth floor.
Fourth floor.
I was just screaming at them, get out of the building, the whole building's on fire. Get out of the building. And I just kept on screaming it and screaming it.
Holy shit.
I remember someone shouting down, the lifts aren't working. Someone else was shouting, I can't see, there's too much smoke.
Holy shit. Oh my God.
She needs help, she needs help.
She's up there. They're up there.
Use the stairs, use the stairs. Don't use the left, don't use the left. Use the stairs.
Listen to him, listen to him. Listen to him.
And cover your mouth for now. Just cover your mouth with a wet towel.
Wet towel.
Wet towel.
Wet towel. Cover your mouth.
The control, relax. Just cover your mouth with a wet towel.
You can even feel the heat, man. You can even feel the heat. That's how.
Probably there's still people in the building.
I know there's still people in the building. Oh my days.
He's this guy. You know him. This guy is a man, you know.
I know exactly that. Exactly.
Whoever
this guy here.
That's
the bravest guy.
I was deep asleep, actually. I received a phone call telling me that the tower was burning, was in flames, and to get, out of there as quickly as possible. Straight away, I opened the window and I saw that lots of people downstairs, looking up and shouting, get out, there is a big fire. So I went to my main door and I touched it before I opened it. I touched it, it was quite warm. So I opened a little bit, and the moment I opened, a lot of hot, black, horrible smoke came in, right into my eyes, into my face. So I closed the door promptly. So then I said, okay, Antonio, you cannot go out there.
I mean, from about the 6th floor upwards to the 24th floor, every room was practically on fire.
Oh my God.
Get out! Get out! Fire! Fire!
Parts of the building would just fall into the floor. The crackling noises, the popping sounds. almost like a fireworks display on the sides of the tower block. Just shooting sparks.
I started to feel really anxious, and I kept asking my brother, is it going to reach our flat? Is it going to reach our flat? Is it going to reach our flat? It was spreading really fast. And then that's when I started to get really panicky and started hyperventilating. That's when me and my brother decided to go to our family friend's house that lived opposite the building.
Bob, look at these people, look at these people, look at these people.
In my head, I was thinking, well, I could go in there, open up some doors or something, help some people out, jump the security fence, ran across the little cement bridge, opened the window, dived through, sort of moved the curtains out of the way, got in there, looked around the apartment. There was no one there. I was sort of shouting. I thought, okay, there's no one here. I'm going to go into the corridor. So I opened up their front door, obviously from being inside their apartment. It was dark. It was smoky. It was full of smoke. Only, went up one flight. There was a couple coming down, an old couple coming down. But for me, it was quite eerie because there wasn't a whole lot of people coming out. So it was just them. Then the fire crew were there and they were sort of starting to go in there. And then I was, okay, there's not a lot I can do.
She's bubbly, fun to be around, she's generous, religious, prays a lot. She was quite a good person to be around and to be a friend with as well. And she was very kind, very, very kind. Jeremiah, he looked up to me as a dad. He was a bit protective of his mom, and he was quite a funny character. While I was in bed, and my phone rang, and it was Zainab. He said, "There's fire, there's fire, there's fire," and she hung up. She hung up the phone. So I was like, I'll just lie there for a few seconds, thinking, well, this lady, she is nervous. And she's saying it's fire. So I now dial 999 and tell them there's a fire in the tower.
Well, it's Tower of Inferno, isn't it?
How is that possible?
It's jumped up all the way along the flats.
And I call her back, and I said, wait, you know, she said, oh, these firefighters are here. They told us to stay in. I'm like, hey, okay then. So, before I even left my fire, I thought, okay, if the firefighters are there, this might not be a big fire. So I was like, okay then, well, I'm on my way.
Breaking news this morning, there is a major fire which is taking place in the Latimer Road area. It is visible, we are told, from the westway, the whole of the stairwell is burning.
My son called me again, but first he texted me a picture of the tower. I realized, okay, this is definitely not my day. I have to be very cool and I have to be very calm and I have to focus on what I do, because this will depend, if I will be getting out alive or not. And then shortly after he called me and he told me, you see, I told you the tower is you're in danger, you have to get out. And I said, Christopher, give me, a fireman or fire brigade, give me someone that, can tell me something. And then this fireman, so I told him where I was, which part of the tower I was, which floor. So I explained to him, my situation. And then he told me, okay, mate, stay put, don't go out, we come and get you. So these were his words.
How flat, Oh shit, there's somebody up there.
I did see an image of a young girl, come to her window. I think this is around about the 8th or the 9th floor. And when she came to the window, it's very casual. She came to the window, and everyone else noticed her downstairs on the ground level outside the tower block. And as soon as she came to the window, everyone just screamed at her to say, "Get out, get out, get out." But she just walked back from the window and switched the light off. And I don't know if she got out or not. I don't know if she escaped.
We see the people from the windows asking for help. But we can't do anything. We didn't do anything for them.
I can see my flat being destroyed, and it was very difficult for me. But the worst part, it was not that. It was to see the people waving from inside, and we cannot do anything. I mean, it was the worst part of the fight.
I called Zainab. I said, "Zainab, where are you? Where are you?" She said, "I'm still up there." I was like, "What are you doing up there? Come back down. Come now. Come." She made the attempt to leave the building, and she said to me the smoke was too much. It was like too much smoke. I'm like, too much smoke. I said, "Get a towel and cover Jeremiah. Let's get a wet towel, cover Jeremiah's head and cover your nose so you can just come straight down." It was so horrific. It was just it's as if somebody was just keep pouring petrol onto the fire. It's like non-stop, like continuously burning. And
we are following a huge fire, it appears to be a very big fire, in a tower block in West London, in Latimer Road. It is substantial, and we're trying to get some more information about that. We'll let you know when we have it.
I think about 2:10, the fire started getting severely bad. If you've ever been in a war zone, that's what you're going to be feeling. Go away, go this way, come in. It's horrible.
My sister and her family lived at 193, and my mother lived at 191. They were there, they're very close, and the open door policy, no invitation, no phone call, just literally in and out between each other. got a call early in the hours of the morning. My sister phoned up and she said the tower's on fire. So I rushed down towards the tower, and I told my wife, you know, keep phoning, make sure they get out, ask them, tell them to get out the flat.
I realized that my flat was very, very foggy and very smelly, very, very full with gray smoke. It is not the fire directly that will kill you, it is the smoke. I had a lot of towels, a lot of bed sheets, a lot of clothes that I could find. I wet everything and I put it on the windows to contain the smoke from coming in.
For everyone's safety, we just need to move you back a little bit.
She was on the 14th floor. You know, at the time, the side of our flat was getting burned, so they were told to move to the next flat, which was opposite her, 113. And then I called Zainab. I said, Zainab, where are you? Where are you? I'm still up there. I can't come out. I can't come out. Jeremiah has collapsed.
Quick, guys. Save the line.
When I got there, I looked at the building and I thought, oh my God, it was my brother. I met up with my brother and I turned and we looked at the building and we saw it ablaze.
It was a horror. It's a horror. It was like a horrible. You're watching people jump in front of you and you see the firefighter, they're doing the best to put the fire out. But the hose of water cannot reach where the fire is at the time. And you're there and you try to go in and try to help people to come out. And they say, no, you cannot go there. You can't go there. You cannot go. Why? You know, and so I back up a little bit and then I stood there for a while. Debris was falling and you just hearing help, and people just keep screaming.
I just wanted to get in. I really wanted to get in and do whatever I can, try and rescue family.
Breaking news this morning that a major fire has engulfed a tower block in West London. It is in Latimer Road, confirmed as Grenfell Tower. 200 firefighters tackling that blaze.
In terms of the rest of the location, I mean, the scene must be changing now before your eyes as the sky begins to lighten.
It feels more than 10,000 degrees. Standing from approximately 300 yards, you'll be feeling the burns. It's in your eyes, it's in your body. You even reeked of the smell. You could smell flesh even.
There was a lot of smoke coming in, and that was very worrying. And I would go to my bedroom outside the window, put my head outside trying to get some some oxygen, some proper air, rather than staying inside. And the moment I was inside, I was also whenever I was not ventilating or doing some sort of trying to get rid of the smoke, I would have a towel on my mouth and nose, trying to filter the air.
I went into the bedroom and got inside the bed and closed my eyes, but I was hyperventilating, I was shaking, and I could still hear the crackling of the fire because it wasn't too far away. I could still hear the crackling of the fire and some people screaming from the street, so I couldn't fall asleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I just think of the worst.
I was so frustrated and anxious about it. I was screaming at the top of my voice, "Come down, come down, come now, now, now." She couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. She was already trapped. I look around, and there's this fireman to my right. He was sitting down on the floor. He must have been exhausted or something. And I gave him my phone, and and he was speaking to her on the phone and tried to tell her, "We're coming for you. We're gonna come and get you. We're gonna come and get you." But in the meantime, just lay down lay down low on the floor. And all of a sudden, he gave me my phone and said to her, "Tell her you love her."
On the 11th floor, bro.
Keep the window open! Keep the window open!
I don't think she can open the window.
Yes! Yes!
Open the window!
Open the window!
It was chaos. We didn't know that they were still in at the time. We hoped and we were praying that they got out. And we kept praying, that they got out, and hoping, and at the same time trying to look for ways of getting in and amongst the crowd to see if they had made it out.
I was so disorientated and so confused about what has happened and how fast these things has happened, and now it's daylight, and so I when they're searching for Zainab, I still have the hope that she has been brought out of the building and taken around to where they were taking people.
What is your floor number? 84. Is it 84? 84. 84.
All right, tell him to keep his head up.
Hey, keep your head out the window. Bring your head out the window. What is your door number?
84. That can't be 84.
Wait. What is your door number?
48 buildings inside that.
You can say 8 or 4. What is your door number? Buzz, don't give up on me. What's your fucking door number?
3 people.
Shout louder!
3 people.
Say louder!
4 minutes after 6 on Wednesday, June the 14th, a huge fire, as you heard in the LBC News Bulletin, then engulfing this tower block in West London. The smoke can be seen up to 30 miles away.
Two firemen came in and they told me, how many of you? And I said, it's only me. So they said, okay, listen, we're going to do the following. I'm going to be in the front. You hang onto my jacket from the back, and my colleague will be at the back of you to protect you. And we're going down together. You're going to be in the middle. We go down together. They put a wet towel on my head. And when we went out of the flat, it was like a heat wave. It was totally black, totally dark. We started going down, and with my elbow, I would go and I would touch the handrail of the stairs. I know the fire stairs because, I've done it many times. And also then I knew that after 7-8 steps, I would find the turning point. There were a lot of debris on the floor, a lot of rubbish, a lot of water coming into my head from above. As we approached downstairs, then I could hear more and more voices. So basically, it was a good sign because obviously, the more further down you go, it means people were there. And within, a couple of minutes, 2.5 minutes latest, we were downstairs. I took off my towel and I started to say thank you to them, thank you. And the moment I turned around to say really thank you to the firemen, they had gone back upstairs again.
When I left in the morning, the firefighter that I'd seen earlier was on the street. He told me he's a month away from retiring. You could see the back of his neck was all red. He had mucus just sprawled all down his shirt, and he was just exhausted. A lot of them were. You could see a lot of the firefighters the next morning, though. They'd been beaten up. They'd had a hell of a night.
I still believed and hoped that my sister had been out. She got out, her and the family. Maybe they're unconscious in the hospital because of the fumes and the smoke and everything else. We ended up going to all the hospitals all around the area, wherever there was, checking to find out had they been in there or not.
Even as I speak, the hoses are still turned on the blazing building, but just to remind you, sadly, they can only pretty much get halfway up that 24-story building.
went to a local internet shop and print a lot of Zainab and Jeremiah's photo, and I go around the community. I went to, first of all, I think I must have gone to Latimer Road and put a lot of those photos of them, you know, and pasting them everywhere. It was quite an emotional time for me. I was the last person she spoke to.
Fire brigade has confirmed there have been fatalities. We have absolutely no idea how many. We know 50 are in hospital. Some were evacuated, some escaped. That's all we know so far.
We lost everything, all the possessions, everything that we had, including the home, the place where we would, live.
It was not easy, of course, because we feel that we have the clothes that we wear, that nothing else, because we lost everything.
I start calling people from left and right, every borough, from Hammersmith, from Ealing. I said, bring everything you can. Empty your fridge, empty your house, empty your shops. I start calling all the local leaders, religious leaders. And that's when the church was open, the synagogue was open.
People wanted to help us, which was great. That, you felt the generosity and the warmth of the people, the volunteers wanting to help us, and that was like unprecedented for me.
The community, it was wonderful for us, and that's why I'm very proud to live on that part of London.
I can tell you now that London police have confirmed that 6 people have been killed in this tower block fire. We didn't know the number until now. London police have confirmed that 6 people have been killed.
We do know that a number of people have died, I'm afraid. It's likely that the figures are going to go up.
As you will appreciate, this is a completely unprecedented fire. In my 29 years in the London Fire Brigade, I have never seen a fire of this nature, and I have seen many high-rise fires.
I went back to the tower. I was looking for my neighbors. I was looking for, and what about Ed? What about Paul? What about this, And I could see that, oh my God, he's no longer here. He's no longer there. Are you sure? Are you sure? They cannot find him. So it was really horrible time, horrible. You could see the suffering of many other people and the knowledge that many other are not there forever.
I left the flat in the daytime and it was smouldering then. It was still on fire, it was smouldering. And I didn't come back until the evening. And then when I got back to my flat, it was really eerily quiet. And that's when they had the dead bodies outside my kitchen window in body bags.
My sister sent me a message, a voice message, and I hadn't known I had it because when I got down to the tower, my concern wasn't the phone. I was just literally trying to find where they were and hoping that they were around. The message, it was from my sister from inside. Say goodbye. It was like sorry. It was like a goodbye message.
In my culture in Sierra Leone, people say when somebody dies, oh, that's their time to die. Yes, but people that die that night, that's not their time to die. Somebody have to be accountable for it, and we're going to fight for justice. I am going to fight for justice. I'm going to fight for all those people that died there. You know, not only for Zainab and Jeremiah, but the other family was suffering like the same way as me. And you know, we're going to fight for justice for them.
We have to make sure that their death is not in vain. And this is the most important thing. We cannot allow this to happen in vain. We don't want this to happen ever again.